health is a basic need for everybody. That is, a good health is a basic need of everybody here. The Employee Provident Fund organization under the Ministry of Labor, it comes under the Ministry of Labor. 15,000 rupees per month and voluntary when the employee earns more than this amount. Now we have a special, that is the Employee State Insurance Act creates a fund to provide medical care to employees and their families. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm B.B.A from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here in the 7th session. This is the last session for this chapter. Now here in this chapter, what is that we have learned? That is the employee health and safety. As a HR manager, what are the rules and regulations which we are supposed to follow in the organization? Plus, as a manager, what is the law which is done in the country is implied to the laborers? We should know, and we need to give justice to the employees. And here, when it comes to the health and safety, what exactly we have learned is we also got to know something about social security, where what are the objectives, needs, and how the people should be treated, the employees and the laborers. We got to know in this session. In this last session, I'll teach you something about the types of social securities. Now, last two sessions, we only went with what is social securities, the need, objective. Now, I'll tell you that what are the different types of social securities. While doing the 5th and 6th session, you got to know that these are the types, but let me tell you in brief and what the legislature has given us, what the constitution has given to the laborers and the employees. I'll teach you more in this session. So be very attentive in this session, and if you have not watched the 5th session and the 6th session, please do watch those 5, 6, and only then you come to the 7th session. Here we have the types of social security. The first one we have is pension. Now, as we know that pension, the word pension, it is actually a kind of a security after retirement. There are people who actually give entire life to the organization, and after they get retired, they are in the old age and they feel that it is like a curse. But because of this social security called pension, they have a kind of living. They take a breath saying that, okay, I will not be dependent on anybody, I'll be independent. And people who are in that age of retirement and when they get pension, they at least have that 50% of what the earning is all about. I'll tell you what is the calculation of pension and all in this session itself. Next one is health insurance and medical benefits. So health insurance, health is a basic need for everybody. That is, a good health is a basic need of everybody here. So we need to ensure that the health insurance is given to all the employees. Now there are few amendments which states that when and why you are supposed to give health insurance to your employees. How many employees, if you have, what is that? You are supposed to go with the slab. Each and everything is given by the Indian law. Next is disability benefits. What happens if they are disabled? What is that they are supposed to get? How much the employer need to contribute? Everything I'll teach you here in the disability benefits. Next one we have is maternity benefits. Now, the word maternity benefit, you people have heard. There is also something called paternity benefit also. I'll tell you what it is. That is, here in maternity as well as paternity, it's a paid leave to the women who goes for the women who actually wants to make a family, and paternity leave is given to the person who wants to take care of his wife. Next we have is gratuity, and here all these are what? The types of social securities. So pension, the second one we have is health insurance and medical benefits, disability benefits, maternity benefits, and gratuity. So the first one when we go is pension, or it is also called Employee Provident Fund, that is PF. Now, the Employee Provident Fund organization under the Ministry of Labor, it comes under the Ministry of Labor. And they are the one who actually goes with the rules and regulations. regulations. And for why? Because to benefit the laborers. Benefit the laborers. Ensures superannuation, pension and a family pension in case of death during services. Now, any person who has worked in an organization and he got retired, now he gets pension. Now we call it as a superannuation. But while taking the pension, if he dies, now that pension will be carried forward to his family. That is, we call it as family pension. Now next one, presently only 35 million, please see this figures here. There are 400 million laborers, 400 million laborers, 400. Out of which only 35 million, 450 or say 400 million you have. Out of which 35 million only. See the percentage. If you go with the calculation of percentage, you will be in a shock. Presently, only about 35 million out of labor force of 400 million have access to formal social security in the form of old age income protection in India. I'm just talking about India. Think about the global. Now, out of 400, only 35 million people are able to actually get this benefits. What about the remaining one? Now, how far we are going for the justice? How far those people are getting the pension? How far we are actually minimizing their hardship? That is a question mark which we are supposed to understand even today. So the next one we have is a scheme under the Employee Provident Fund, that is EPF organization applied to business with at least 20 employees. So what they say is, if you have an organization here and there are 20 employees, you are supposed to go with Provident Fund. That is a mandatory one. That is 20 employees. So what about this 19 employees? Let me tell you here 19 employees. This is what the law says. But as an employer, you know that these are the social securities which is a minimal kind of a benefits for your employees. You need to go with it. But if it crosses 20, mandatory that you are supposed to go with Provident Fund. Contribution to the Employees Provident Fund scheme are obligatory. Obligatory means duties for both the employer and the employee when the employee is earning up to 15,000 rupees per month. So who is actually liable? Now what happens is, when we go with social securities, please understand, it is the employer as well as the employee will contribute for the Provident Fund. Now what happens? It is actually one of the obligatory form. And when it is an obligatory, who will actually go with? So again, the law says what? Any person who earns 15,000 per month, now he will be able to, or he will go with Employee Provident Fund. Next is, you will understand 15,000 rupees per month and voluntary when the employee earns more than this amount. So again, it is what? It is voluntarily. You are supposed to do it. These are the basic things has to secure the social securities. Next we have is the types of pensions. Now we have broadly 4 types of pensions. The first type is pension upon superannuation or disability, widow's pension for death while in service, children's pension, and then orphans pension. So we have 4 types of pension. In India, we have one more type of pension, that is for the central government people who work in mining companies and the plantation in Assam. See, there is a separate kind of law for them, and I'll tell you why those laws are there in the next session. Now, in addition, there are separate pension funds for civil servants, workers employed in coal mines and tea plantation in the state of Assam, and for the seamen, even for the they have a special type of a pension. So first one, when we go with, that is the health insurance and medical benefit. Please do understand, in India, though our nation is a health service nation, that is a national law of health service, but all the people who are in India, they will not get free medical support from the government itself. That means still the population is like a huge population what we have, that is the second largest populated country we are, but we call ourselves as the National Health Service. Now the employee state insurance, please do understand, we call it as ESI. Now you would have come across ESI hospitals, right? Employee state insurance. Now we have a special, that is the Employee State Insurance Act, creates a fund to provide medical care to employees and their families. Who will actually get the benefit? The medical support for the employees as well as for their family, they'll get a support, as well as cash benefits during sickness, maternity, and monthly payment in case of death. See, monthly payment in case of death, in the sense who will actually get? The person who is the nominee for that person will get the monthly benefit here. That is the family here. And disablement for those working in factories and establishment with 10 or more employees. So here also the criteria, see, in the earlier criteria we had something like 20 employees are there, you are supposed to go with provident fund. Now here ESI, for how many people? 10 and more people, you need to actually give them the insurance for health as well as medical benefits. Next, when we go with ESI, that is a central amendment have done in 2016, that they have expanded. Earlier they were only 15,000 rupees is what the benefits were given to the employees, but now it is 21,000 rupees benefit for the workers and the employees here. Now the ESI central, that is the central amendment only, what they have done here is the rule 2016 notified on 22nd December 2016. What exactly they have notified is the coverage which was included, that is now it is include the employees earning 21,000, that is US dollar, if you go with, that is 313.53 USD, okay, or less in a month from the January 1st 2017. Previously what used to happen is we only used to go with 15,000 rupees. Now it is more, that is 21,000, and people can take the benefit out of that. Subsequently, the employees state insurance, that is again central, that is amendment 2017. Now they have again revised the maternity leaves and the maternity benefits for the women. Earlier what used to happen when the maternity leave started in the British period itself, see, maternity leave was started even before Britishers, to be very frank, but after that they came into regulations here. Maternity leave was given to people who wanted to make a family. Now here understand what exactly the 2017 amendment says is, a person who goes with the prenatal or the postnatal should be treated equally, and they should be getting the benefits from the organization. The organization should not cancel their employment. The organization should not fire them because of maternity leave. Next we have a sickness benefit under ESI coverage, that is 70% of the average daily wage, and is payable for 91 days. How many days? 91 days. Say example, that person is getting 1,000 rupees wage every day. Now he will be getting how much? 70%, in the sense 700 rupees, and that is for 91 days he can go with a sick leave in 365 days. So 2 consecutive benefits period he can actually go with how many days? 91 days. So 2 consecutive benefits period he can actually go with 91 days. So these are the things which is given by the government itself. So understand this very easily. You can be able to understand that even that government wants to benefit the employees and the laborers. They want to protect the employees and the laborers. They don't want the employees or the laborers to be unemployed. So these all mandatory things the government is doing for the employment. So any doubt regarding this, please do call me. I'm always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.